Alright, we are back up. Sorry about that. My spare batteries had died. So we gave our rechargeable batteries some time to recharge. We let it charge for about 20 minutes, so it should be enough to carry us along the rest of this chapter. We only have a few pages left. This is one heck of a chapter. All my batteries can't even hang with us. So if you're still here with me, kudos to you, and let's continue what this chapter has to offer us. Okay, so we left off talking about Uranus and the cycles of the zodiac. We are talking a little bit about the septimal laws, and let us continue. Okay, so let us now consider the division of the zodiac into 4 grand quarters, resembling spring, summer, autumn, and winter. I believe it was right here when my battery had died, because I was talking about the reason we have our different so seasons. Okay, that's what it's called. That's the word I'm looking for. The reason we have the different seasons is because Earth is rotated on its axis. Okay, because if it wasn't rotated on its axis, it would just be straight up and down, north and south, spinning around in a circle. It would always be hot in the circle or towards the equator, and it would always be colder towards the poles, which it is already. But since it's rotated on an axis, it's being hit and at a different angle, and that difference of angle is what's making it, that's the reason why the heat isn't always so consistently hot just at the equator. Yes, that's the point of contact where it's the hottest on the Earth because it creates the most friction, but since it's on its axis, it's not bombarding it in a straight congruent or a constant. I'm sure you guys get the picture. You get the picture. I know you do, because we're all geniuses. So spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The spring quarter corresponds to infancy, childhood, and youth. Their irresponsible and educational period from the 1st to the 21st year of life. When the person is being fitted by service and study for the next important stage, it is a time when fidelity and filial reverence. Hold on, I put my phone to charge out there. Let me grab it really quick. It's because we have some more definitions to go over. We're going to try to make this quick because the battery only had 20 minutes to charge, and we have 4 pages to go through. So fidelity. So fidelity means strict observance of promise. Okay, when the person is being fitted by service and study for the next important stage, it is the time when fidelity, the time with duties, and filial reference of relating to or befitting a son or daughter, noting or having relation to a child or parent. Okay, the time when duties and, in a way, parenting, reverence, obedience, industry, and are instilled into the growing mind. That's when the mind actually figures out that, hey, I need to provide service for people so I could provide, for my own family and for me as well. The summer quarter of life, from 21st to 42, is the practical period of life. So each of these quarters, okay, there's 4 different quarters in each one. Okay, 21 to 42, that's 21. That's three periods of the septimal law are instilled with each one of these quarters. Because the septimal laws happens in years of sevens, these quarters are going from every 21 years. Okay, so the summer quarter of life from 21 to 42 is the practical period of life. The practical period when people are putting what they have learned into practice and is concerned with the life of the householder, in which wealth becomes an object, responsibility grows, and the duties of life become heavier and filled with business activity. It is the period when the social side of the personality is expressed and the lesson of unselfishness is learned. Prosperity comes with the fullness of life which abounds in the summer portions. The virtues developed are caution, thrift, charity, magnanimity, diligence, and prudence. This period of life is governed by the sign Leo, in which the life forces burn at their greatest heat, and love for partner and offspring finds its greatest height in the domestic and social world. The autumn quarter of life is the one in which the glory of manhood and the fullness of motherhood are turned to wider interest, and personal claims are sacrificed for the benefit of those outside the narrow circle of the home. So, it starts with you learning the things that you need to learn and doing the duties that are coming to the realization of the duties that you need to perform for not only for others, to perform for others, and then there's the next period, which would be the summer quarter, which you take all that you have learned and you start putting into practice, and you start obtaining, property, life, things, more responsibilities, okay, and then the autumn quarter of life is beyond that, and let's see what it says. And those personal claims are sacrificed for the benefit of those outside the narrow circle of the home, when you're doing things outside for others, outside of the realm of your own responsibilities. The duties of government and the national welfare are taken up with motives which are less limited and more altruistic in their nature, and the desire being to help in the ruling and guiding of those who belong to the nation. The virtues to be acquired are equilibrium, justice, strength, courage, vigor, and generosity. The concentralizing power of this period is denoted by the sign Scorpio. The symbol of self-controlled emotions, fixed feelings, and permanent modes of action. Fixed feelings and permanent modes of actions. The fluidity and changeable sensations of the watery signs, being made stable and reliable and fixed. The next stage of life is a period in which experience is garnered and the lessons of life are stored ready for the enriching of the ego. It is the stage in which the review of life brings wisdom and the tender feelings of sympathy to all, and virtues of the last three signs are made manifest as patience and self-sacrifice, service, purity, wisdom, gentleness, and compassion. The centralizing of the mind in the sign Aquarius brings the climax when the man is complete, and the humanized perfection of manhood culminates in the one whose mind is wholly centered in higher states of consciousness. That's an interesting statement. This is a plan of the normal evolution of humanity. When the civilized nations have worked through their infantile spring-like stage, for nations, like individuals, are also evolving, and it is the national good and the national perfection that is to be the outcome of this wisely ordained plan, in accordance with the will of the supreme ruler of the universe. Perhaps it was this national good and national perfection which one of our great men saw, when he had the wonderful vision, when he so beautifully described, and I quote, "A vision of the future arises. I see a world where thrones have crumbled and where kings are dust. The aristocracy of idleness has perished from the earth. I see a world without a slave. Man at last is free. Nature's forces have by science been enslaved. Lightning and light, wind and waves, frost and flames, and all the subtle powers of the earth and air are the tireless toilers for the human race. I see a world at peace, adorned with every form of art, with music's myriad voices thrilled, while lips are rich with words of love and truth. A world in which no exile sighs, no prisoner mourns, a world on which the gibbet's shadow does not fall. A world where labor reaps its full reward, where work and worth go hand in hand. I see a world without the beggar's outstretched palm, the miser's heartless stony stare, the piteous wail of want, the vivid lips of lies, and the cruel eyes of scorn. I see a race without disease of flesh or brain, shapely and fair, married harmony of form and function, and, as I look, life lengthens, joy deepens, love canopies the earth, and over all, in the great dome, shines the eternal star of faith. End quote. And that is the end of section 11. Thank you for making it to the end of this video with me and making it through the entire chapter with me. It's already 9:40. We started reading this at 8:10. And also 20 minutes. It took us 20 minutes because the battery had to recharge for a bit. So it took us about an hour and 10 minutes to go over, in total, to go over this chapter. That's a good amount of time. And let's keep learning, keep pushing, and like I said, if you made it to the end of this video with me, remember our daily affirmations. I'm going to go and let my battery recharge. The amount of space on my card is almost out right now, so I need to start uploading these videos. And our computer is very, very old and very, very slow, so chances are we might not even be able to make another video today. With that being said, I still have my other books I'm going to go over. We're on chapter 18 of Mental Chemistry, of rereading it, and we're going to go over psychology in a little bit. But right now I'm going to go ahead and I just finished eating my oatmeal, my morning breakfast. We're going to get ready. We're going to go do our daily work in the gym. So, that being said, not only is mental health and information important, but physical health is just as important. With that being said, I'll see you guys on the other side of the galaxy. Remember our daily affirmations that we are the lights of the world, and yeah, bye-bye.